vidéo, attention pour le début de décompte final. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Décollage.
Into the clouds and out of the clouds, and you can still see the fire, and you saw those fine shots, always impressive, no matter how many times you see Soyuz powering into the sky above French Guiana at liftoff, 307 tons. The DDO saying all is perfect on board, all is nominal. We're going to follow her mass profile because she's going to shed a lot of weight very quickly. Rami, can you describe briefly the launcher for us?
Yes. The launcher is divided in two parts. The lower composite is a tri-stages Soyuz manufactured by RKC. The upper composite is a frigate stage manufactured by NPOL with the payload. About that, there is often a confusion because people use the same word, Soyuz, to talk about the complete launcher or the lower composite.
But in fact, it's actually two parts.
Yes, exactly. From the Soyuz point of view, the upper composite is assimilated to a payload as another. And the goal of Soyuz is to inject the upper part onto a suborbital orbit. After that, the frigate will manage the rest of the missions, and that's all.
We have had successful separation of the boosters, and you saw it on the animation.
Yes.
On the bottom of your screen, our altitude, you can see 53 kilometers up, and our speed, that's vitesse in French, just approaching 2 kilometers per second. The figures coming in from the downrange tracking stations into Rami's office. We'll have more on that in a moment.
The one he wants to observe at a certain time during the day. And this time is not going to change through the mission of the satellites. So it means that for example, it flies by at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then it's always going to fly by an area at this time, and this time is not going to change.
Confirmation of the fairing jettison.
We have had fairing jettison, right? Thank you, because you have the confirmation of the DDO in your ear. The separation of fairing coming at about 150 kilometers altitude. Our speed now, as you can see, over 3 kilometers per second. Why is the fairing jettison so important? I know it's a key milestone.
Yes, good question, because as soon as the launcher leaves the atmosphere, the satellite doesn't need anymore to be protected. Yeah. As each kilogram is important, the unuseful fairing mass is ejected. But without the fairing jettisoning, the satellite would stay a prisoner inside it. So this is why it's so important for us to have this confirmation.
We've had second stage separation. You followed it on the animation. 2004. Coming up on separation and extinction of the third stage, there's the nozzle shutting down. And a separation coming up. And there you are, right on time. Do we get confirmation?
Confirmation of the extension of the Bloy Ag.
Our altitude, 375 kilometers. Our speed climbing to approaching 7 kilometers. Rami, why do we use a Soyuz for this mission?
For both space probe towards Mars, and the frigate can withstand long coasting phase.
You saw in the animation ignition of
the
first
confirmation of the ignitions of the first frigate burn. Ignition of the frigate.
And you can see on the screen the nozzle shutting down, and that's the end of that burn. That was a short burn on your face. So
few energy is needed, and therefore the duration of this burn will be very, very short.
From the DDO that their satellite has separated from the frigate, due to come up in just about 5 seconds from now. And there is the scheduled separation on the animation. And when you get the confirmation, then we will know that the mission has been
Okay. I have the
And there you have
confirmation of the separations. To be sure. Great. Great.